Welcome back. Well, a story in Money Magazine says most people love the idea of a lifetime of income in retirement, but they're leery of the various financial products and strategies that can actually provide it. Here to clear it all up for us are Greg and Kristen Taylor from Legacy Retirement Group. They're retirement advisors and, of course, hosts of a weekly retirement radio show right here in town. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we're talking phobias today. Do you guys know what chromatophobia is?
Chromatophobia.
I just looked it up. I'll give you a hint. You don't have it whatsoever.
A fear of chrome.
Close. It's the fear of money.
Fear of money?
Yeah, that's something you don't have.
Yeah.
I wonder how someone would have that.
Right, and you know, you're just looking up phobias, and I guarantee a lot of people want to keep their money. That's not something someone would have a fear of. And there was a recent study that just came out that was like, what is it, 6 in 10 over the age of 55 believe in the retirement and the supplemental income. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, you know, that's when people come in and meet with us, typically that's one of their biggest fears.
Yeah.
Talking about fears is that they're going to run out of money in retirement. So one of the first steps we take when laying out a retirement plan is to look at where the income is going to come from.
Yeah.
So Social Security, is there pensions? Are there dollars that can be set aside to provide income? Things of that nature. That's what we do to get that fear off the table right away.
And are there other ways, obviously, kind of dive into that? You mentioned a couple, besides Social Security, that really people might not know about forms of income and avenues of income that they can receive at that point.
Well, the big thing people need to understand is there's 3 worlds of money. Okay, we have money in the bank for our needs, wants, and emergencies. Right. Money on Wall Street for long-term growth and the ability to overcome inflation over time. And then insurance products provide some contractual guarantees. And one of the big tools that have been used, and it's almost become so out of vogue rather to talk about annuities. But annuities are a tool that a lot of people use, and there's 2 types. There's the old type that people used to use where you would annuitize it. In other words, it's like the company pension.
Okay.
You turned it on, you no longer had any access to the principal.
Got it.
And about 10 years ago, they developed what were called income riders that would be added on to an annuity that would provide income as long as you live, or if you're married, as long as you and your spouse live.
Yeah.
And you never have to worry about outliving that income. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Anybody that overuses one financial tool, that can create a problem for the family that they're trying to help. Because if you only put money in annuities, you're not going to have enough growth over time to outpace inflation. If you only put money in the stock market, then you run the risk of losing big when the market drops and outliving your money.
So what is the solution? I mean, there are so many options out there. In your opinion, what can help solve these problems? So
the solution would be to have a balance.
Yes.
You know, when you fix dinner, I'm sure you'll find out here soon with a little one, you want to have a balanced plate. So it's the same way when it comes to your finances. You want to make sure you have money liquid, whether it's either sitting in cash in a money market account or in the bank in a savings account. You want to have that for wants, needs, and emergencies. Then you need to have some money set aside for the income needs you might have, and for every family that's different. So if you're a family that has a high pension, and those dollars are already guaranteed coming in every month alongside with your Social Security, you may not need any or very little set aside in an income plan. Okay, but if you don't have anything as far as pensions, maybe a little bit of Social Security coming in, that's certainly not enough to live off of typically, then you're going to need a higher dollar amount allocated to income planning. And then aside from that, like he said, you need some money in the stock market for growth and outpace inflation.
I think that's perfect with Easter. You're pretty much saying don't put all your eggs in one basket.
That's right.
There you go. See,
you're paying attention.
Yeah, I'm paying attention all the time. And you guys have, what were you going to say, Greg?
Well, what I was going to say, Cameron, is that you have to be careful to make sure that someone isn't trying to put all your eggs in one basket, as you just said. If they're only recommending the stock market, then you may have too much risk. If they're only recommending annuities, then you have to wonder, why are they only recommending annuities? So those are the things. So we call it our complete planning review. We're kind of X-ray, look below the surface and see, do you have a balanced plan? Is it predictable? Do you have the ability to make sure you're not going to outlive your resources? If you do that, then we also have a book to complement this called Stress-Free Retirement. So those that call in to schedule a complete planning review, we'll send the book Stress-Free Retirement along with it, and they can come in and make sure they're okay.
There you go. So make sure you contact Greg and Kristen Taylor today, 614-336-7660 for all of your questions having to do with not the fear of money, the love of money, and keeping it. We got more coming up after the break.